Hello once again. Welcome. What the story say? Loud talk story. As you know, I tell our village stories, our practiced traditions, our lost and long forgotten ones, our family histories, and our whispered stories. I had finished making my recordings for the month, but then I remembered this one I had on my mind. I missed it, but I had to come back on camera and talk about this one. Now, this is one time when I got in trouble with my grandmother. Y'all ever get in trouble with your grandmother? Ha! Some people get in trouble with their grandmothers because they don't do housework. They get in trouble because they are rude. They get in trouble because they like to talk back. I wasn't the kind to talk back or anything, but I got in trouble because of something I was involved in. Now, I am focusing on Form 1 or high school, right? And there was a tradition of writing down verses. I don't know if you all remember that. We used to have entire exercise books with rhymes inside. Sometimes we have songs, all these, Michael Jackson songs and things like that, whatever was popular in the day. We wrote them down. Oh, by the way, told you my earrings are House of Basadi, my Lena Johnson, South Africa, and my scarf here is Dara handmade. Dara is my sister. She makes beautiful clothing, hand painted and linen, and you check her out on Instagram. She's got you covered. Yes. So I had this exercise book, and I had down songs in there like "He's so fine," "He's so fine," but I can't sing the song because I don't have license. But that song, and what else? They used to sing the Michael Jackson songs and so on. And then you had, Christmas is coming. Everybody's got their Christmas song books, and, we trading books and writing down words and be singing everything. Now, there was another tradition, and that's where they write these rhymes. Roses are red, violet are blue, sugar is sweet, but not as sweet as you. You know that one? What else we used to write there? A lot of other ones, but I don't remember them all, except that my cousin, let us say, is May. I wouldn't say her name because she would know. My cousin May had a book. She was in an older class than me, a higher class. She was older than me. And she had this book, and boy, she had rhymes in there. Rhymes I had never seen. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the obscene. They were all in this book. And they were for my reading pleasure, because that's what we used to do, trade the things. So if you get one, I would copy it in my book, and I get a copy in your book, and this thing was going on all over front school. So she lent me her book one Friday or something, and I put the book on my grandmother's wagonette. They had this wagonette. It's like a kind of safe where they keep things. I don't know what she used to keep there, but on top of this wagonette, she had biscuit tin, the life, but Edger Boy biscuit tin, big can. She had the Edger Boy biscuit can on there. She had the big jar that that she used to put the ginger beer at Christmas. They keep it in a special place. And then my auntie had some paint brushes. She used to do batik, so they were on top of there. And I decided to slide the book between the jar and the Edger Boy biscuit can. I think I hide in it, So I hide this book there. And all of a sudden, my grandmother called me. Pauline? Yes. Well, that's my name, Pauline. If you know me before 10 years old, well, be under 11, I'm Pauline. Because my name didn't have an E. After our house burned, my birth certificate came back with an E. And I became Pauline with an E. So anybody who knows me after high school and they call me Pauline, they didn't know me as a child. So she said, Pauline? Yes, grandmother? What is this? I nearly died. My God, she take out the book, the offending book. I said, what is this? I said, grandmother, it's not me book. She said, it's who book? I ain't telling she. She said, who is who book? I said, grandmother, is so-and-so bars. It's May book. Who is May? Auntie so-and-so daughter. Oh, okay. And my grandmother proceed to read the words in the book to me. Now, if you know me grandmother, it's call she Ambaba or Ambab. We call she grandmother. And Ambab take out the book. She was a very stately and regal woman in her carriage. And she was about probably 76 years old at the time, because when we went to live with her after her house burned, she was about 75. This time she was 76, 77. And she took out the book and she began to read. Tell your mama to hold her tongue, because she used to take boys when she was young. Oh my Lord. Me grandmother was always singing hymn, who never said a bad word to anybody, got to recite to me whether in a book. Tell your mama to hold her tongue, because she used to take boys when she was young. When my grandmother read that thing to me, oh my gosh, it was so obscene to my ears. And my grandmother used to say a thing to me. She used to say, show me your company, I'll tell who you are. Now, of course, now me company is this cousin who gave me this book. So I told her it wasn't my book, it was my cousin's book. I think she believed me because the handwriting wasn't mine. But I think what baffled her, why I would have a book like that and with those things inside. And there were lots more. I mean, they were candy to me, because they were like new things to see and hear, and they were these wicked and naughty rhymes inside, you know, girl, boy things. I don't remember what they were, but that one stick out. So next thing you know, I don't know what happened the weekend, but apparently my grandmother went to this girl's house, went to my auntie's house, and confronted them with this book, because the book was gone. And then my cousin met me at school the next day, the Monday. She said, Pauline, why you tell your grandmother about the book? I said, me tell my grandmother about the book, my grandmother find the book. She said, your grandmother come to my house and I get in trouble with my mother and so on. I'm like, oh gosh. I could tell she was upset, because, not upset with me, but she was upset that my grandmother went and told her mother. And I don't think her mother knew what she was up to with these rhymes and so on. So the whole thing bust out. I think that's the last day I ever wrote a rhyme. The last day I ever kept a rhyme book. I don't know what became of her book, but that was the end of that. And, you know, in high school there is eras, what I call eras, or periods when they have these fads. You know, whether it was Bobby Sacks fad, whether it was String Along fad, whether it was the Michael Jackson fad, or whatever it was. But that time was the rhymes. And for me, it ended at Form 2. Because I couldn't continue, because I became suspect in my grandmother's eyes. You know, here she was raising a young lady to be proper and everything, and I got this ridiculous thing in a book. So if y'all had encounters like these, you know, just talk. The thing is just a way of reminiscing and seeing some of the things you passed through in high school. I'm doing this at this season where it's, you know, time when kids are getting results and they're going to be going to high school in Guyana. And these are just things that were on my mind that I thought I'd share. By the way, I have a new book out called Encounters. And it's a book of Afro-Caribbean proverbs. Some people are offended by the word Afro, but I own it. It's okay. Afro-Caribbean proverbs from around the Caribbean. And a lot of them are Guyanese proverbs. I've put them in a journal. I wish for us to be a writing people about our journey with Proverbs. So if you get it on Amazon, it's reasonable. Get it for Christmas, gift it to a friend. Encounters, and you can make it a project where you can write stories of your encounters with Proverbs. You think about them, you write the stories down, you think about what your reflections are on them. There are 52 of them. So if you're thinking of writing and you want to write something about Guyanese culture, I've given you a start. Write that down. When you gather your stories, you can keep them for yourselves. You can gift them to a relative. You can leave them for your nephew and pass them on to some relative who might one day be looking for you and want to know what you thought about things, what you thought about your culture, what you thought about things in life. You know, Proverbs are sayings. I call them the spice of Caribbean life. Every time we turn around, our parents throw us one. And I'm hearing that that tradition is going. Young people don't know Proverbs. So here's a chance. You don't have to know the meaning of the Proverbs. It's good if you know, but if you hear it and you understand the meaning, because I give you the meaning, one of the meanings, then you can write how you've encountered the proverb, how you think about the proverb, a life situation that brings that proverb to mind, any of those things. You have lots of license to write. So write with me. I'm going to offer a course pretty soon where we write our legacies, and some of these books are going to be our legacy books that we're going to do it with. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I am willing and able. When you contact me, paulinefbaird@hotmail.com, I can share with you a link and we get started. Beginning the new year, I will start that journey. I'm going to invite 10 What is Story sayers to join me on that journey for free. I'm going to give you a book for free. You just let me know, 10 of you, and we will write together. We will write 52 stories on our journeys, and then we will go from there and see what we do with that. Women have power. And according to Winifred Gaskin, girls, let's be real. Let's be real and write our stories. I invite you to come along. Let me know if you're willing. Listen, I'll do it by myself if you don't want to, but I want you with me. Come on, let's take this journey and investigate what we know about our lives and teach ourselves a few things. We can leave them as legacies for our children so they don't become like me, go up in all in the PhD school and then looking for the words of our women only to find that they're not in books. They are in our oral histories. We carry them in our bodies. We carry them with us. It's time we unlock them and give them to the world. What do you think? Yawa, good. We'll talk next time.